Hello, everyone, and welcome to Vibra Livestream. Tonight, me, Lindsay the Hexkin, and Serena Alonzi will be going through what is HEX, a cryptocurrency token that we are interested in. And tonight, we are filming to talk to you about why we are interested in it. So, before we get started with what is HEX, I would really like to introduce my co host, Serena Alonzi, who is the first female Hexkin streamer to start talking about HEX live on YouTube. Serena, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
I'm excited to be here too. It's been a long time. And
Mhm.
so, as the first female streamer for Hex, it's not even just self proclaimed because it's been proclaimed throughout the community that you were one of the first female streamers, which kudos to you for getting out there and talking about something that you're interested in. So,
Thanks.
can you tell us a little bit about yourself? How'd you get started with cryptocurrency?
Sure. So I was in crypto since 2017. That was like the hype. Everyone was talking about crypto. So yeah, I first got in with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then I was interested in like different coins that were like top 10 at the time, like Tron and I think Basic Attention Token and stuff like that. Um, yeah, and I wanted to invest because I'm an entrepreneur. So I thought, why not? This is something that you can make crazy amounts of money. Nowhere else you can do this. So yeah, that's how I got in. And I found Hex before it launched. Um, yeah, and I've been part of the community before then, made the first videos, and once I've seen Hex, I thought, wow, this is amazing. It makes so much sense. It's better than anything else I have. So I ended up trading all the stuff I had and just put everything to Hex because why hold something that gives you nothing when you can hold Hex and make daily interest and daily yield, right? So,
Right. So you mentioned daily interest and daily yield. What about it was your first gut instinct to say, okay, this is better than the other things that I have? What stood out to you?
um, I mean, everything about it really. Just nothing gave you that same amount of yield. You can't lock anything away and just make yield other than if you're yield farming, I guess, which is risk and stuff to it. But Hex is like you lock it away, you don't touch it, and you can just see that amount growing. And, when you, yeah, like just there's no middleman, like everything about it, just being your own bank. It's like, why would you want that product when you can get like why would you want that in the real world in the bank when you can do this yourself with Hex? Like it's just a better alternative that everyone should be aware of because better things do exist. So
Yes, they do. And
mm,
with all the transparency that's coming with blockchain technology, we are definitely seeing things that are giving us. I'm tripping over my words here because everybody knows that you got to be careful what you say on camera these days, right? So what I'm trying to
yes.
say is, products that are out there that have value tend to hire a different yield rate than others. So, or a
Mm,
reward system than others. So, before we get on all the reward system stuff, let's get started with what the basic of like what is Hex? What's the
mm.
basic
Okay, so Hex is an ERC20 token on the Ethereum network, and basically it is a blockchain CD. If you're in other countries, sometimes it's called like a GIC account or uh, what's another one? I'm losing my thought here, but yeah, a bank CD, certificate of deposit. Oh, time deposit. That's the word I was looking for, or a GIC account, and yeah, it's just on the blockchain, so you control it, and there's no middleman involved. You don't have to go to your bank. And back when I got into Hex, the amount that the bank was offering for the same type of product was very low interest, and it still is. They upped it a bit and stuff, but I still prefer Hex because you're in control of it. You get that daily interest or yield or rewards. Um, and then there's the whole T-share thing, which we'll get into another time. But it's definitely a better option than at the bank where you don't have control of your money. And if you ask them to withdraw anything, they're asking you a million questions and you don't need anyone's permission. So basically that's what Hex is, a better offer than what the bank offers for you. So
a better offer than what the bank offers because we're offering
yes.
no middlemen. Well,
Mm-hmm.
not weird. Like, who are we? I gotta work for HEX. Let's get that straight. HEX works for me.
Yeah.
So I say we because I get so excited about like all the community aspect of it. That's how you and I connected. So I'm like we, but I don't speak for everyone in HEX, and they certainly don't speak for me. That's why we're all unique individuals, right? So anyway,
Yep.
here we are. So
Yep.
we agreed that the definition of a CD, a traditional finance CD,
Mm-hmm.
is that it's a bank account that requires you to lock funds away for a fixed
Yes.
period amount of months or years in exchange for a fixed interest rate that could be higher than other bank accounts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what a CD is. Now, if you take what HEX is at the basic fundamentals, you're saying that it's a CD on the blockchain. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so one passes in legacy finance, and here we are in the blockchain technology era, offering the same thing. But the value for blockchain technology seems to be much greater, which is being reflected by these um, most generous APYs of here. Let me zoom in here. Come on here. Come on, TradFi. I know you're hiding from us. That's no secret. Okay, here we go. 3.35. A generous 4.26. A generous 4.15. So, okay. All right. And so this
That's for
is
3 years, right? Sorry, that's just pointing out that it's for 3 years. HEX is like you get that per year. So
per year. So,
yeah.
how can you explain that to those who are not familiar with how you would get at least 3.69% per year?
Oh, it's
Just
it's in the code and the amount that is staked. Like there's no way that it's not going to give you 3.69%. That's just the way it was built and it's not going to be changed. It can't be changed. So like when you lock away your HEX, that is like guaranteed you're getting minimum 3.69%.
okay,
So
but don't get. I was gonna say, I know we get really excited about that, but don't get too far into detail because we're gonna spill all those juicy details coming in the weeks ahead. So we have to save something for our audience.
right.
Sorry guys, you're just gonna have to tune in. So here we are covering the traditional CD rates. We've already looked at them. They're at the most generous we're seeing here, from what I've seen, is like 4.26%, 4.55 with Sally Maybank. Sally Maybank is also the one that most people are paying back for student loans. So I'm just, you know, follow the money. Okay, so on we go. Let's go on to what the other part of HEX. What else brought you in about HEX? What kept you here?
Mm,
Anything about what about the founder? Tell us about Richard Hart.
yeah, for sure. Like the community, I think that was a big thing. I mean, there was only a few of us in the beginning, but mostly Richard. Like once you see his videos and you see that he's genuine and he's so smart, like the smartest person in crypto. And I'm not just saying that because, we have HEX and stuff. Like, no, like he actually knows what he's talking about. And yeah, once he starts telling you about HEX and he wants to actually change people's lives and make things better, it's like, yeah, I believe that he is a good person and there's everything you read about him is not true. And, I'm still here. I'm an OG from before day one, before it even launched, and I'm still here. So yeah, like I don't know what else to add to that, but
I
yeah,
love it. I think that speaks volumes for someone to hold on to something as it grows. And so
mm,
you've been here. We really we can launch right into that. Tell us about the history of Hex. Like you were saying
mm,
that you came in, you found Hex as you were already holding a coin that
mhm.
Hex for you as an airdrop, correct?
Yes. So I had Bitcoin and you were able to claim HEX for free with that. So that's what I did. And then, I mean, now when I look back, there was other stuff that I sold later for HEX and converted it, but I wish I did it sooner. Like, I don't know why I was holding on to this other crap, but I was. Um, but yeah, like HEX is amazing. And I remember making these cards with my friend and this little, right here.
Did you find it? All right.
I found it. And we went around to like my old high school and we went to convenience stores where there was like the Bitcoin ATMs and we left these. Sorry, I'm trying to.
Well, it's okay. I want to get my face out of there. I'm like trying to get out of the screen.
So this is the front and then the back was like, oh, here, like what is HEX? Here's a QR code. Here's an email if you need help, like stuff like that. But nobody really, unfortunately, did this. So it was more of just, almost wasted efforts going around doing this because we didn't get people to really have interest in it. I think just people, I don't know, they just get confused. So I don't know, but it was fun. It was fun, and it was a good, it was a good effort, I guess, but I don't know.
No, I think that's great. You have to start somewhere, and
Mm.
they went straight to the ground where the education is needed the most, straight to schools. What
Mm-hmm.
is what are you going to school for in the first place? What are you working for? What are your goals? What do you see for your financial future? What is your current financial situation? These are things that I believe to be important for children of all ages, and for you to go back to, your fundamental education, and to, spread the word in the way that you knew how. That's like, man, that's what it's all about. Get out there and
Mm.
spread education and spread awareness. And
Yeah.
what's one of the greatest things about our community is that there's so many unique individuals that are able to spread that message throughout, that um, it can only keep growing. So, and I
Mm-hmm.
love that people are starting at the ground with the fundamentals. Like Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency ever created. It was created as a peer-to-peer transaction system. However, it's too slow, and now we're
Mm-hmm.
seeing flaws and fundamental flaws in other products. But now Hex is running at how many days flawless uptime? Over a
Over a
thousand.
thousand? Oh, yeah. It's been like what? Almost 3 years, I
That's
believe.
right.
Yeah.
And so
So.
in the coming weeks, we'll be going more through statistics or more technicals, if that's something that you that are viewing that wish to see. And if not, then Serena and I are just going to go start going through the fundamentals of what HEX means to us, and continuing with that, continuing with our relationship with the community and growing that out. And, the growing concerns that surround HEX. Like, that was one of the things that we had talked about, you and I, the other day, was is HEX security? What do you
Mm.
think? You know,
No.
no. And now, so I was going to say, go ahead if you want to elaborate on that one.
Oh, just yeah, there was the Howey test thing. So it doesn't pass as a security. So whoever says it is, it's like, well, it's not because it passes the Howey test. So it's not a security.
Right. So I see these definitions that they give to um, the Howey test.
Mm.
And so you're giving a security in exchange for giving somebody money and expecting profit off the work of others. Now, do they apply the Howey test to everything on the market out there? In every market existing? Because if they did, then they wouldn't be telling women out there that it's okay for them to invest. And these are
Mm.
in quotations words that I use, invest into pants. And I specifically think of a company that was used years ago, and I won't speak it out loud for transcription purposes. You can read the screen. But so this company promised women that if they spend a minimum of $5,000 and invested that would secure their financial freedom. And you can go out there and do your research on this particular company, but they took millions of dollars from moms, from young women that were thinking about starting families, from young women in college trying to make a living. Like, they took this money and promised them security and returned dust. And now, where's the transparency in that? Because as our traditional financial system shows us, there was not much transparency with those things. Now, with blockchain technology, something like a product on the blockchain, such as HEX, is a finished contract. It's code, it's mutable, correct?
Yep.
So
It's
if you're
finished.
going,
Yep.
right, it's finished. So that tells me that whoever the creator of HEX is not, there's no middleman there. It's not a company, correct?
Mm. Yep.
So
It's not a product. It's not a project. It's a product. So it's done. There's no company. There's no, people have concerns about what happens to Richard. Like, doesn't matter. Everything's done, complete, working, perfect. Like,
Right. So for
Mm.
me, like if I think about it and I do a comparison with my let's just say confidence with my consumer confidence in a product. So if your consumer confidence in a product is that those particular leggings are the butteriest, softest, most fabulous leggings out there and that you're willing to invest $5,000 into bringing more people on so that more people can have these leggings. And that is all going to one CEO, correct? In a company. And would that be decentralized or centralized ownership?
Mm.
So
Pretty
if you're
centralized, yeah.
pretty centralized. So for me, and these are just things that because I'm interested in this product on the blockchain, these are things that I take into consideration when I think of, okay, and I'm going through my cryptocurrency checklist because Fiber live stream coming at you. We have a checklist already for the noobs coming into crypto to keep you safe. We have a whole one to walk through. So that's one of the things on my checklist is centralization, decentralized, centralized. If it's centralized, interesting. You know, we're not going to be able to get around that forever. And some centralization may be needed. I mean, it's not popular opinion, but I'm just saying, like, if we're ever going to move A to Z, we're going to need somewhere to meet in the middle.
Mm.
And, you know, anyway, this is where we'll be rolling to. So if I look at the CEO of a company, am I going to give one CEO the power and the keys to my message and things that I'm sharing with my community? Am I going to put my passion behind like leggings, or am I going to put my passion behind fundamental? Excuse me, fun. I get so excited about it. Fundamental education. Do I get? Do I want to share with my community a savings account on the blockchain because that's what hex means to me? And
Yeah.
do I want to share, the ideals that come behind with the community that we've all come behind? Like people either came here from Med Gains or they came here through finding some sort of connection with Richard's videos, which I think to be a really cool commonality.
Mm-hmm. It is, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, going through these things and doing a little bit of comparison and seeing what has been actually like publicly deemed a Ponzi scheme, such as the legging company. And now we're hearing all these concerns about um, centralized exchanges that are coming up, you know, FTX and what's happening there. You know, your keys, not your crypto. And that's one of the things that this community really, really does talk about a lot is keeping your keys safe, keeping your keys to yourself. And, you know, even though there's no roadmap, no partnership going on with Hex, that's because it's not a company. And even though one address does own a central amount of the tokens, we'll get into that in future episodes. I'm excited to dig down these rabbit holes with you. But for tonight, you know, did you want to expand on a couple more key points that you found, or like maybe some of the goals that you'd come across for Hex?
Yeah, so the goals for HEX is pretty much to get rid of middlemen and replace the product that the bank offers because it is a much better product. Yeah, and we went over like there's already over 1,000 days that it's been working perfectly, 100% uptime. There's been multiple audits. Like, what else is there? There's so many things about HEX that makes it a great investment.
Multiple successful audits, and
Yeah.
for a lot of it is the willingness of the individual to pass that sniff test. And if it doesn't pass the sniff, you can put it on Token Sniffer. If it looks like such a scam to you, put it on Token Sniffer. Run it through sites such as that, and see what pops up. And then do the educated research to convince yourself why you shouldn't invest into any cryptocurrency at all. Each cryptocurrency you come across, that your goal during your research should be, why do I not want to invest in this? You should be convincing yourself that you should, not the other way around. Not don't FOMO in. Convince yourself not to.
Right. That's a good way to look at it. Yep.
No, not this time. I need to do more research, but you know. So I think that is pretty good for us tonight. I think that that's a sweet little note to leave it in on. We have so much more to dive into in the next coming weeks. We're going to be talking about staking. We're going to be talking about the power of the T-share. What else are we going to be? I know we have.
Oh man, we have like a whole list of things.
Okay, well, we have a list of things, and we're going to keep them to ourselves,
Yeah,
right?
I can't remember what's on the list, but a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so stay tuned for more episodes of HEX weekly updates. We might come up into a more clever title, but for now, that sounds pretty good to us. I like it. And tomorrow morning whatever time you wake up, whatever coast you're on, tomorrow 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Twitter Spaces will be taken over by women in crypto in the Hexagon community, sharing what we're up to in the bear market. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, we'll be streaming on Vibra Livestream. Next Saturday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Serena and I will be back on with episode number 2 as we put episode number 1 in the books. Anything you want to close out with tonight, Serena? Anywhere we can find you?
Yeah, so my Twitter, Instagram, YouTube is all Serena Alonzi, just like how you see it on the stream. Yeah, so that's where you can find me.
All right, find her on Twitter at Serena Alonzi. Follow her, tweet her, like her. Follow her on YouTube. You can like, bell button, subscribe all to her channel. You can like, bell button, subscribe all to Vibra Livestream and keep it rolling. Share the love. Give us a like and subscribe because when we reach 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving a Ledger Live away on Livestream because not your keys, not your crypto. And that is one of the most important fundamentals to know. Keep your crypto off exchanges. Keep it in a cold storage wallet. And we will be showing you how step by step, every single the way to keep you and your crypto safe. Coming at you. All right, Serena, we're out.
Okay.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night.